Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. If we could get everybody to take your seats, we want to begin on time and finish on time. So please hurry in, find a seat, and let's get everybody prepared. If you're a donor to the scholarship, we want you in this section right here in proximity to the platform here. If you're a scholarship recipient, we'll have you sitting here. Good morning. Welcome to the 2025 Life Christian Foundation Endowment Awards Assembly. This is the 20th anniversary of the beginning of our foundation. Our mission is to provide long-term financial support for Life Christian Academy students and programs, as well as programs within Life Center. Today, we bring everybody together. It's an exciting day for our foundation board and our foundation staff that work diligently, because today we get to give money away. The rest of the year, we do our best to gather money and invest it. So today we're going to distribute $210,000 to Life Christian Academy students and programs. Which is a record amount and $65,000 more than in 2024. So the foundation's impact is increasing each year. I'd like to have all of our board members from the various ministries, church board, school council, our foundation board, manor board, anybody that's a board member that volunteers within this ministry, please stand for a round of applause. Thank you for all you do. This morning I have two special recognitions before we get into the awards. The first of which, I'd like to have Colleen Bond come forward. Where's Colleen at? There she comes. I just happen to have a little gift for her. Now, it's relatively easy to get flowers at this assembly. All you need to do is keep track of every penny from 2004 to 2024. For 20 years, Colleen Bond has kept track of every penny that's come into the foundation from a donation standpoint. She has adjusted the account balances for all the earnings over the years, and this lady is a blessing. We could not do this without her attention to detail. So let's have one more round of applause for Colleen Bond. The other person I want to recognize this morning is a representative of Columbia Trust Company. If you have a printed program, you'll notice a logo from Columbia Trust Company, which is a part of Umpqua Bank. And their work for the past 6 years has been so good. When we do our luncheon after for our board members and donors, we'll talk more about these last several years and the growth in the funds. Jason McCrary, please stand. Jason is the man that handles all the investments for us. Thank you so much. Jason attends board meetings on a quarterly basis. He sends reports to us. And no pressure, Jason, but the last 3 or 4 years, you've been sending some very good reports. There's no pressure on you for the future, but I'm just saying. So thank you very much, Jason, for your work. I'd like at this time to call Josh Shulkine forward, who is our Director of Development, to join me in presenting the first set of awards to programs and students. Josh, thanks for all you do to support students at LCA. Thank you. The first, the honorary Josh Mitchell is our, let's see, what would we call you? What would you call him? They can't decide. The first award we're going to honor is the Buntain Tuition Assistance Endowment. This endowment was established by Pastor Lorraine and Fulton Buntain during their ministry of 40 years at Life Center. During that time, Fulton's vision was such that this wouldn't just be a church. This would be a church that had a school, which is a small percentage of churches across the country that have a school as a part of their ministry. Would also have a retirement community, would also have a foundation. So with that being the case, I'd like to have Michelle Cox come forward and Kylie Kennedy come forward. Michelle is Pastor Lorraine's daughter, works in the ministry of our Chief Operations Officer, and she will be a part of presenting the certificate. And the Buntain Endowment funds all transfer for tuition assistance from that fund to help support students next year in school. So, Josh, if you have the certificate, we'd like to get a picture with the two of you. Mr. Allen, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. The second endowment is the Werner Family Performing Arts Endowment. I'd like to call forward Marcia Wallner and some of our drama students from the school, please. You can come up this side. Thank you. The Werner family, Dwayne and Sharon, enrolled their daughter Lori at LCA, and she was a part of the first ever freshman class in 1994. In addition, Cheryl, Lori's sister, and her husband Ed enrolled their son Dylan at LCA as well. Cheryl served on our foundation board previously. Dwayne, father, participated in the first ever pep band at LCA. Now think this thought. If you're in the pep band, in our early years, we didn't have enough students to get together a pep band, so we welcomed parents to be a part of it. Kenton Lee, where's Kenton? Is Kenton here? Kenton was a part of it as well. So we had a mixture of adults, but they sounded good. They sounded good. So the Werner Performing Arts Endowments transfer money from that endowment to our school performing arts department. So if you would, who's got the certificate? Okay, all right. Let's get the picture over here, John. Thank you. The next endowment is a Shropshire Family STEM Program Endowment. I'd like to have Ted Shropshire, the donor, and Josh Macbeth come forward. Josh representing the STEM program, and Ted and Lydia are the donors. Let's get them over on this side. Over there. Ted and Lydia Shropshire spent their careers in fields related to mathematics and science. They also enrolled their 3 children at LCA. They believe so much in STEM education that they created this endowment to fund STEM program enhancements for our program for LCA students and for people like Ted and Lydia who may spend their careers working in STEM-related fields. So we thank the Shropshire family for not only enrolling and paying for 3 students to go through our school, but also for giving this fund to impact the future of STEM education. Thank you. Thank you. Next up is the Delene Bennett Memorial Youth Camp Endowment. I'd like to have my friend Dan Bennett and Nick Kalem come forward. This endowment was funded by Dave Bennett in honor of his wife, Delene, who preceded Dave on their entrance to heaven. Dave and Delene met at youth church camp experience, and this began a lifelong relationship as husband and wife, parents, and grandparents. Because Dave and Delene met at youth camp, he wanted to provide the same opportunity for Life Center and LCA students to attend youth camps. The first gift came from Dave during his lifetime. The second gift came as a planned gift, part of the estate. So today, we honor the memory of the Bennett family, but each year now, students who want to attend youth camps will have the opportunity for scholarships to help fund it. So we say thanks to Dave and Delene. They're in heaven celebrating. So, Dan, thanks for representing the family. Another beautiful shirt, I knew. Great. And you can stay up. Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to have Dan stay up here because the next award Josh is going to present, and that's the Bennett Family Endowment.
Yeah, thank you. Again, my name is Josh, and this scholarship award opportunity was created by the Bennett siblings, whose parents were Dave and Delene Bennett, received as part of an estate gift. The siblings chose to give back to Life Christian Academy to create scholarships for worthy students. The beauty of endowment is their gift to the foundation will continue to give scholarships each year in the name of the Bennett family. Do we have that? Do we have? Okay. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Chancellor Skiff are the recipients, and Remy Rose Castro Valdez. Thank you. you go. All right. The next scholarship is the Deppinger Family Scholarship, and this endowment is creating scholarship opportunities for Life Christian Academy students. Warren and Jane's grandchildren, Sam and Joe Highsmith, attended LCA for many years, and Warren and Jane have been longtime attenders and donors to Life Center. Today's scholarship represents legacy not only in the Deppinger family and their longtime support of Life Center and Life Christian Academy, but now in support of Life Christian Foundation with the gift of this endowed fund. I'd like to invite Eva Kaponen to come forward.
The next scholarship is a nonprofit opportunity. And students, when you apply for these scholarships, you'll notice that each scholarship may have slightly different criteria. And the reason for that is that's what the donors wanted in terms of being able to impact for a cause. So this nonprofit opportunity scholarship requires that students that apply for it are students whose parents, one or the other, works for a nonprofit in the greater Tacoma community. So, with that being the case, nonprofits have a mission of doing great things in our community. Today, we give scholarships with that purpose in mind and to help perpetuate that mission. I'd like to call forward Yoshi Nu'u and Mateo Scholkein. Students, upper school students, life program students, every day you may likely walk through the Tyler J. Sagan Success Center area. The Sagan family, Doug and Vicki, gifted the dollars that paid for all that significant remodel in 2016. Not only that, but Doug and Vicki wanted to keep that facility in top condition. So they also gifted an endowment whose purpose it is to spin off and distribute money every year to help upgrade that facility. So if you think the thought, the life program classrooms, the media center and library, and the innovation lab, that entire area, this year the fund will distribute for the first time $24,000 for improvements. That is a significant amount of money. So I'd like to call forward Doug Sagan and Dr. Matt Johnson, please. I mentioned those past 6 years of results. Doug Sagan is our former Life Christian Foundation board chair during those times. His leadership has been invaluable. Thank you. Josh, would you please come forward and carry on? Let's have a rousing applause for Josh Macbeth. Yeah.
All right, well, good morning. My name is Josh Macbeth. I'm one of the 4 Joshes on this campus, and I'm also Dean of Students and serve as a math teacher here, and I will be presenting a number of endowments here today. The first endowment that I'll be presenting is from Paul and Louise Putnam Scholarship Endowment. If I could please call forward Louise and Dan Putnam. Lois and Dan Putnam. Oh, he's there? Okay. All right. Paul and Lois Putnam have been longtime donors to Life Center, to Life Christian Academy, and to our Life Christian Foundation. Paul Putnam served on the founding board of our foundation. In doing so, he and Lois created one of the first ever endowments for the purpose of funding scholarships for Life Christian Academy students. Each year, several students receive this scholarship from the endowment funds given by Paul and Lois. We thank Paul and Lois for the significant, constant support for this entire ministry, and we also thank them for their leadership and being a part of helping to create Life Christian Academy Foundation. All right, and the recipients for this is Aaron Fujita, Luke McGovern, Zolana Bester, and Zoe Hippie. All right, next up is the Williamson Family Scholarship. If I could please call forward Jack and Barbara Williamson. Okay. The Williamson Family Scholarship was created by Jack and Barbara Williamson, whose children and grandchildren have attended Life Christian Academy. In their support of scholarships for students, Barbara and Jack realized that the cost of Christian education and wanted to provide scholarships each year to deserving students to help fund Christian education. Thank you, Jack and Barbara, for your support for LCA and for their students through the Williamson Family Scholarship Endowment. And I'd like to call forward the recipient, Lucia Rosso. All right, next up is the Taylor Ferris Memorial Scholarship. If I could please call forward Don Gustafson. Taylor Ferris graduated from Life Christian Academy in 2003, and during his time, he participated in golf. In his senior year, he led LCA to the first ever state championship, won by the Eagles. Unfortunately, Taylor passed away in a car accident after his graduation from high school. The Ferris family relatives established this endowment with the goal that a student or students would receive a scholarship from the Taylor Ferris Memorial Scholarship each year. Part of the criteria to receive this scholarship is interest and participation in golf. We thank the family not only for Taylor's presence on our campus, for his being a part of our first state championship, and also for the Taylor Ferris Memorial Scholarship. The recipients of this scholarship are Rain Divers, Aiden Swafford, McKenna Kelpman, Cole Chappelle, Christy Seba, Claire Finnegan, and Ainsley Kelly. All right, our next endowment is the McGee Family Scholarship Endowment. Alan and Mandy McGee are the parents of 3 outstanding Life Christian Academy graduates. All 3 have gone on to exemplary work in their higher education and in their careers. Alan McGee served on the Life Christian Academy Board of Education for several years and helped guide the school through its formative years of development. Mandy also volunteered at LCA for several years. Alan and Mandy also saw fit to endow the McGee Family Scholarship, which benefits LCA students each year and helps reduce their cost of their education. We thank the McGee family for their commitment to Life Christian Academy and to the Life Christian Foundation. The recipients of the McGee Family Scholarship Endowment is Tobias Dowry. All right, our next endowment is the Michael and Christina Putnam Scholarship Endowment. If I could please call forward Christina Putnam. Okay, so Michael and Christina met one another at LCA and graduated, with both pursuing their college education. Michael enrolled at Pepperdine and Christina at Azusa Pacific University. Today, they are proud parents. They are proud parents of Life Christian Academy students. Michael spent time on the PGA Golf Tour, and during that time, had the means to endow the Michael and Christina Putnam Scholarship Endowment. This endorsement funds a scholarship for several LCA students each year. We thank you, Michael and Christina, for your support for Life Christian Academy students. Recipients this year are Ermias Hampton, Jason Wenceslao, Judah Skiff, Peyton Rivera Hotop, and Maximus Rios. All right, next up is the McReynolds Family Scholarship. If I could please call forward Kaylee McReynolds. Bill and Barb McReynolds attended Life Center for many years as they both served in the local police jurisdiction in our area. They currently have great-grandchildren attending Life Christian Academy. The McReynolds moved to Mesa, Arizona several years ago, where both continued their work in law enforcement. Because of their love for Life Center and Life Christian Academy, Bill and Barb decided to endow a scholarship in the McReynolds family name. Each year, a deserving student from Life Christian Academy will receive a scholarship to support and fund their education at Life Christian Academy. Thank you to the McReynolds for your generous spirit of support and the love for students. The recipients of this award is William Josiah Miller. All right, and then the last scholarship that I'll be presenting here today is the LCA Alumni Association Scholarship. If I could please call forward Grace Bigler and Dylan Huber. The LCA Alumni Association serves to foster a relationship with Life Christian Academy alumni and to bring them together through events and communications to continue to support Life Christian Academy. Each year, LCA Alumni Association works to raise funds towards scholarships to a current LCA student. We thank the Alumni Association for their efforts and for remembering the school from which they graduated. The recipients of this scholarship are Catherine Baltz and Julian Rosso. All right, I would love to call forward Debbie Anderson as our next presenter here.
We're good. We got it. Matthew Metcalf spent his education at Life Christian Academy until he was diagnosed with cancer during his elementary and middle school years. Our student body at LCA walked alongside Matthew during this difficult journey. Matthew was a winner in every regard. He battled, he persevered, and his love for Jesus was never stronger during his journey, which led him to heaven. In memory of Matthew Metcalf, his parents created a scholarship for life program students as well as wrote a book about Matthew's life. Today, we honor the Metcalf family and we thank them for their support of the Matthew Metcalf Memorial Scholarship. We also remember Matthew's passion for life and Jesus with these scholarship awards. The recipients of the Matthew Metcalf Memorial Scholarship Endowment are Giovanni Gonzalez and Ofa Taufalele. I'd like to call forward Sonia Coram, Campbell, and Margaret Haskins. The Sonia Coram Endowment provides several scholarships for Life Program students. The Life Program costs extra money for students to enroll in because it has inherent costs for the faculty, curriculum, and operations. This adds to the cost of tuition students pay. We thank the Coram family and Sonia for providing these funds to help students enhance their education through the Life Program. This is a blessing to many. The recipients are Sebastian Cruz, Loto Nu'u, Reed Westman, Coletta Ott, Jermaine Fung Chen Pen, and Jasmine Chavez. The Francis Glassey Scholarship Endowment was created in honor of Francis Glassey, who was a significant role model to the LCA family. Francis's life is remembered through the giving of the scholarship each year and supports the efforts of a student or students who enroll at LCA. We thank the Glassey family for their support of Life Christian Academy students through the Francis Glassey Scholarship Endowment. The recipient is Riley Waugh. The Larkin Family Scholarship Endowment. This endowment was created in the beginning years of the Life Christian Foundation. The endowment was given by William Larkin in honor of his mother, Mildred. In doing so, Bill wanted to create a legacy, and after he passed away, his wife, Martha, decided to name the endowment the Larkin Family Scholarship Endowment. This scholarship has been given to LCA middle school students for many years and will continue to be given for many years ahead. We thank the Larkin family for their continued support of Life Christian Academy students. The recipient is Charlotte Call and Cassidy Golden. The William and Lillian Bond Memorial Scholarship Endowment. Bill Bond came to see Ross Jelseth years ago to talk about his support for Life Christian Academy and his desire to memorialize his wife Lillian Bond, who was in heaven. In doing so, William created the Lillian Bond Memorial Endowment to support the cost of Life program education at Life Christian. Bill volunteered in the Life program and was very supportive of the program's development. He also gave a significant gift to create classroom space to grow the program. After his passing, the name of the endowment has changed to the William and Lillian Bond Memorial Scholarship, and each year will continue to be a blessing to a student in the Life program. This year's recipient is Sienna Overfield. The Wallace Hanson Memorial Scholarship. Wallace Hanson was the uncle of Tom Mulledy, who was one of our past Life Christian Foundation board presidents. Wallace Hanson had spent a career with a strong interest in math and science. In doing so, Tom approached him about a desire to create this endowment to support Christian education within our foundation. So, each year, the Life Christian Foundation can award scholarship funds through the Wallace Hanson Memorial Scholarship Endowment to students who have strong interests and achievements in math and science. We thank Tom Mulledy for his efforts to secure this gift to provide scholarships for students. The recipients are James Porter and Reese Colbert. At this time, I'd like to call forward Marvin Boyd. The Fenton Family Scholarship Endowment. Graham Fenton and his wife Carol attended LC for many years, and their daughter Candace enrolled and graduated from Life Christian Academy. The Fenton Family Scholarship Endowment was provided through the endowment process to support Christian education for students, and each year does so. Lance Fenton, who is Candace's father, worked for several years at Life Center in our media support and production team. Marvin Boyd was a co-worker and good friend of Lance. We thank the Fenton family for your support of the Life Christian Foundation and for LCA students. The recipient is Olivia Busick. At this time, I'd like to call up Jamie Busselmeyer as the next presenter.
Good morning. The first award I'll present is the Laura Reynolds Memorial Endowment Scholarship. And Ms. Williams, if you'd come forward, that would be great. John and Patty Reynolds wanted to realize the goal of having a child graduate from Life Christian Academy. Their daughter Laura spent her formative years at LCA, but was tragically killed in a car accident 1 month prior to her graduation in 2004. In her memory, the Reynolds decided to create the Laura Reynolds Memorial Scholarship Endowment to help a girl graduate from LCA. Olivia Roberts was the first student to receive this award beginning in grade school and staying with her until her graduation from Life Christian in 2022. We thank John and Patty Reynolds for their continued support of young women at LCA. Today, we recognize 3 students whose character and love of learning will carry them far. They are Briella Melendez, Kennedy Cooley, and Eliana Vieras. Now, if Suzanne Corrigan would please come forward. The next award is the Miles Corrigan Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship was given by the Corrigan family with memorial gifts to honor the life of Miles Corrigan. Miles taught at Life Christian School and was an assistant football coach at the University of Puget Sound and the University of Washington. Later, he returned to Life Christian and worked in the development department. The scholarship is given today to a student who exemplifies the character of Miles Corrigan. We thank the Corrigan family and Suzanne for creating this scholarship for a Life Christian Academy student. This year's recipient is Miss Grace Kelly. For the next award, if Julie Abston or Jill Cox is present, please come forward. This next scholarship is the Bob Abston Memorial Scholarship. Bob and Julie Abston were the parents of 5 Life Christian Academy graduates. Bob served as our high school principal for 9 years and was the consummate shepherd over his flock of Life Christian students and staff. He was the heart of this campus and the first to put forth our core values of speaking life, loving God, loving others, and praying powerful prayers. His life and influence are extended in the form of the Bob Abston Memorial Scholarship. His was a life of loving Jesus and sharing Jesus with others. We thank the Abston family for the funding of this memorial scholarship for graduating seniors to help cover the cost of their college education. This year's recipients are Kira Evans and Caleb Hippie. Next, we have the Borman Fiermadal Scholarship Endowment. Clara Borman Fiermadal was a teacher by profession and was also dedicated to Sunday school teaching at Life Center. She supported Life Christian Academy because of her love for education and contributed to everything from transportation to scholarships for students. She also created the significant gift of the Borman Fiermadal Endowment. This endowment provides several scholarships for worthy Life Christian students each year. Clara had a heart for Jesus and a heart for education. At Life Christian Academy, she could fund and support both. Thank you, Clara, for your vision, a life lived as a testimony to your faith in Christ. This year's recipients are Donica Calcott, a Marxist Tagvialoa Amosa. Please come forward. Next, we have the Sermon on the Mount Endowment. This endowment was created by Keith and Susan Schlemline, parents of Life Christian graduates. The Sermon on the Mount Scholarship is available to students whose lives best reflect and project the essence of the teaching on the Sermon of the Mount. We thank the Schlemlines for their support of Life Christian Academy, the Christian lifestyle, and the testimony of the Sermon on the Mount for students. This year's recipient couldn't be with us today. Taylor Shue is at a family wedding in Arizona, but let's give her a round of applause. And finally, I'd like to present the James 127 Mission Support Scholarship Endowment Award. If Mr. Gentile is in the room, he could come forward. Missions trips have become a part of Life Christian Academy's culture and provide significant opportunities for students to serve. This scholarship, the James 127 Mission Support Award, is available to help fund a student's mission experience, whether it is a school-sponsored mission trip or another missions opportunity. Most importantly, this scholarship provides the opportunity for students to serve, and in serving, share the love of Jesus. This scholarship has been endowed, and for years to come, it will provide support for students to spread the gospel around the world. This year, we welcome Bella Flores. Now I'd like to welcome to the stage our next presenter, Ms. Taylor Bowles.
Good morning, everyone. Ooh, quiet crowd. Good morning. Okay, so for my first scholarship, I would like to call forward Gwen and Matt Morris for the Christopher Morris Memorial Scholarship. The Christopher Morris Memorial Scholarship is being given in honor of Chris's life and the joy in learning he discovered when he entered the LIFE program. Halfway through his 8th grade year, Chris learned Life Christian Academy, and not too long after that, it was suggested that he be tested for the LIFE program to help him overcome some of the learning issues he was experiencing. Through the LIFE program, which he attended through grade 12, Chris discovered for the first time that it was okay to learn differently. He not only learned, but thrived. It is our desire that this scholarship will help others to experience the same success as they discover tools to help them achieve their goals for the future. And this year's recipient is Grace McGovern. Next, we have the Jordan Christian Ideal Scholarship Endowment, and I would like to call forward Mr. Kerry Prosser. This endowment was given and provided by Dr. Glenn and Beth Jordan, who are the parents of 3 Life Christian Academy students. The Jordan Christian Ideal Scholarship was created for a graduating senior whose life at LCA best exemplifies the commitment to Christian ideals and the mission of LCA. This endowment provides part of the cost of education for a graduating student's freshman year at the university of their choice. Thank you, Glenn and Beth, for your support of the mission and of the Christian values for which our school exists. Carrie Prosser, a close friend of the Jordans, is also representing this award. This recipient is Riley Bukowski. Our next one is Jordan Mathematics and Science Scholarship Endowment. Dr. Glenn Jordan studied math and science during his preparation in college and medical school. He became a practicing physician and served the greater Tacoma medical community for many years. As a result of his work in these fields, Dr. Jordan and Beth funded the Jordan Mathematics and Science Scholarship. This scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior whose areas of those studies align with career aspirations in the mathematics or science fields. We thank the Jordans for your commitment to LCA and your commitment to help fund the further education of a graduating senior. And this year's recipient is Amelia Harrison. Next, we have the Schuler Family Foundation Scholarship. The Schuler family has been a significant supporter of the Life Christian Academy for many years. Their support began with the enrollment of 3 children, all of whom are now LCA alumni. The Schuler Family Foundation, headed by James K. Schuler, created this endowment to not only support the Life Christian Foundation's work, but also to support endowed scholarships for decades to come. Today, several students will receive these scholarships to help with the cost of their Christian education at LCA. We thank the Schuler family for their years of support and their investment in students at LCA. Please hold your applause until the end of the students. The recipients are Brooklyn Murray, Elise Golden, Brenna Evans, Adrian Rosso, and Nicholas Brown. Next, we have the Woomer Family Scholarship. Ken and Nikki Woomer are the parents of 2 Life Christian Academy alumni, Abby and Steven, both of which have gone on to graduate from college and enter their career fields. The Woomer family endowed these scholarships to help students not only come to LCA, but to be able to help them stay at LCA by providing some of the dollars needed to cover the cost of achieving a Christian education. The Woomer family believes in the LCA and in doing so wanted to offer the additional support. Students receiving this scholarship must show evidence of strong participation in extracurricular activities. I'm really excited for this person, if you can't tell. We thank the Woomer family for your years of support. This year's recipient is Ms. Karma Johnson. Next, we have the McKay Family Scholarship Endowment. Can I please call up Mr. and Mrs. Bernie and Michael McKay? Okay, no problem. Gary and Bernadette McKay are the grandparents of the Life Christian Academy alumnus Michael McKay, who participated in sports and other programs during his enrollment at LCA. Gary and Bernadette created this endowment to help fund another student's Christian education. They may not get to know the scholarship award student well, but they invest in others to receive a similar Christian education that their grandson received at LCA. We thank the McKay family for their support of LCA students. This year's recipient is Ava Matlock. Next, we have the Harold Gray Memorial Scholarship, and I would like to call forward Stan Seeley. The Gray family has great legacy at Life Center and Life Christian Academy. The legacy includes Stan Seeley, who is a part of the Gray family through marriage to his wife, Gloria. Harold Gray was a servant leader of the Life Center campus as a valued volunteer during the formative years of Pastor Fulton Bentain's ministry. Harold served on boards and provided significant expertise, wisdom, and support for the ministry. He was an educator by profession. His wife, Alma, created the Harold Gray Memorial Scholarship, and this scholarship has been a blessing to students for many years and will be for years to come. The scholarship is awarded to an 8th grader who will be entering 9th grade at LCA. Thank you, Alma Gray, and your family for your support. This year's recipient is Alice Erskine. The last endowment that I will be presenting is the Lee Fine Arts Scholarship Endowment. This endowment was created as a gift from the Life Christian Choir to its directors, Kenton and Benita Lee. Kenton and Benita Lee have served faithfully at Life Center in the worship and music ministry for 40 years. Beyond that, they also had 4 children that are LCA alumni. Since the time of the choir's gift to begin the endowment, the Lees have continued to grow and support the size of the endowment. Outstanding fine arts students can apply for the Lee Fine Arts Endowment. So thank you to the Life Center Choir and to Kenton and Benita for creating the Lee Fine Arts Scholarship Endowment. This year's recipients are Alethea Pert and Jack Cooley. I would like to call up our next presenter, Mr. Doug Burton.
All right, how's everybody doing? We're in the 4th quarter here. We're going to get there. Our first scholarship is one that I'm excited to announce. It's the Jelseth Family Leadership Endowment. So I'd like to call forward Brandon Jelseth and Tyler Jelseth. I'm going to go off script here a little bit. I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to recognize Ross Jelseth. Ross has tirelessly worked in advancing the work of the foundation. The relationships he has built, he is the engine behind this thing, the vision behind this thing. So I'd love to give a round of applause to Mr. Ross Jelseth. I'm a little intimidated by the address. It's like a GQ photo shoot here with these guys behind us. But Ross and Ronnie Jelseth are the parents of 2 Life Christian Academy graduates, Brandon and Tyler, both of who are alumni and now leaders in our business community. Leadership is of significant importance to the Jelseth family. This scholarship is given in recognition of an outstanding student or students who personify leadership and their example at LCA. God has been good to the Jelseth family, and this is their way to give back to graduating students with anticipation of leadership throughout their lifetime. The recipients of the Jelseth Family Leadership Endowment Scholarships are Petrachelle and Mary Lee. Our next scholarship is the Norway Nick and Sharon Iverson Scholarship Endowment. Nick and Sharon Iverson have been longtime attendees and supporters of Life Center. As a result, they have provided the Norway Scholarship Endowment to support student achievement at Life Christian Academy. Sharon provided this scholarship endowment upon Nick's passing to perpetuate the life of Nick and Sharon and their commitment to Jesus and to Christian education. This scholarship is available to students to help cover the cost of Christian education. The preference is for the scholarship to be awarded to a student of a single parent. We thank Sharon for this scholarship on behalf of Nick and Sharon. This year's recipient of the Norway Nick and Sharon Iverson Scholarship Endowment, Lillian Burns. Our next scholarship is the Edward and Lois McClary Charitable Foundation Scholarship. Edward and Lois McClary attended and supported Life Center and also gave a financial gift each year to Life Christian Academy. Upon their passing, the McClarys left a significant planned gift to our school, part of which funded this scholarship. These scholarships go to support highly capable students who take challenging courses and do well in their schoolwork. We thank Edward and Lois McClary for advancing the cause of Christian education and providing for students at Life Christian Academy. The recipients of the Edward and Lois McClary Foundation Scholarship, Ryder Fox, Sammy Nu'u, and Derek Amreen. Our next scholarship is the Ken and Irene Hultgren Memorial Scholarship. Ken Hultgren served on the founding Life Christian board and was very influential in helping the foundation and LCA to become the school it is today. Early on, Ken and Irene helped fund the education for multiple LCA students. Later, Ken Hultgren established this endowment, and he also left a significant planned gift as part of his estate. Each year, several LCA students receive significant financial support from this memorial scholarship. We thank Ken and Irene for their support during their lifetime, and now your ongoing support for the Hultgren Memorial Scholarship. The recipients of the Ken and Irene Hultgren Memorial Scholarship, John Andrew McGovern, Edward Jacob Beslow, Elijah Miller, Isabella Bester, and Mercedes Chavez. Our next scholarship is the Jimmy Guzzo Memorial Scholarship. Jimmy Guzzo was a wonderful servant at Life Center and Life Christian Academy, working as a part of our custodial services team. Every day, Jimmy brought a great spirit, a smile, a conversation, and a loving presence to our campus. Some of you may remember Jimmy Guzzo. The Guzzo family felt so strongly about Jimmy's work experience here that upon his passing, they created this scholarship. Today, we give that scholarship in Jimmy's memory. Thank you, Jimmy, for your time with us, and thank you to the Guzzo family for funding this scholarship. The recipient of the Jimmy Guzzo Memorial Scholarship, Zephaniah Ve'ahi Sala. Our next scholarship is the Ryder Family Scholarship Endowment. Les and Dottie Ryder have been longtime supporters of Life Christian Academy. During that time, Les spent many years volunteering to take care of the entire football equipment inventory. Ross loved that. That was a big deal. They also knew the significance of providing financial support and contributed for many years to the school's annual fund to support student learning. Les and Dottie, along with their daughters, Amy and Leslie, have funded the Ryder Family Scholarship Endowment. We thank you for your support of Christian education and continued support of LCA students. The recipients of the Ryder Family Scholarship Endowment, Theodore Meese, Jermaine Tofa, and Jordan Harp. Well, this will be fun. This is the first year of this next scholarship, and it's the Shepherd Scholarship. I'd like to call forward Kelly and Cindy Geyer. You join me up here. Yeah, let's give them a round of applause. The Shepherd Scholarship was created by the Geyers in order to provide funds and encouragement to families that are raising other family members without parental support. It does take a village. The Geyers walked this journey for many years while raising their nieces, Coraline and Mackenzie Mounts, both of whom graduated from LCA. This endowment is a means of giving funds to help with making a Christian education affordable for a caregiver. The endowment is named Shepherd because of the process of raising a young person is a combination of providing love, care, and support, all of which shepherds are called to every single day. The recipients of this year's Shepherd Scholarship, Shadi Abbasi Shargi, she is our recipient, or he is our recipient. Okay, that is fantastic. And the final scholarship I get to present is the Tyler Sagan Life Scholarship. I'd like to call forward Doug Sagan and Clara Holquist, our elementary life teacher. Let's give them a round of applause. The Tyler Sagan Life Scholarship is for elementary students within our Valued Life program. The funds for these scholarships were provided by the Sagans and Bob and Eileen Erickson, family members. They do so to memorialize Tyler's journey at Life Christian Academy and beyond. These funds will help students and families fund the Life program services to create success in the learning process. The recipients of the Tyler Sagan Life Scholarship Mackenzie Olson, and Beckham Smithwick.
Next up on your program speaks to the impact of endowment funds. So I want to take a couple moments to explain how all of this happened. In 2024, 20 years after we had a vision to start our foundation, some of you students in your lifetime will get an opportunity to support a vision in your generation. Psalm 145:4 says that each generation shall tell the next generation, that's on you, to tell your children of the goodness of God and the great things he has done. Each generation has that assignment. So I'd like to have you think this thought. Why did this happen? Last week I had an opportunity to have breakfast with Don Anderson. Don Anderson and his wife, Anita taught here for many years, third grade. Don was the first president of our Life Christian Foundation board. He reminded me last week that we started with a meeting at what was then Shenanigans, and I think we invited 8 to 10 people to share the vision for it. Don was one of those. And students, in your lifetime, you might again have the opportunity to step up when your name is called. Psalm 145:4, each generation shall. Doesn't say if they'd like to, doesn't say if they want to, it says shall. So in that regard, Don reminded me that at that gathering over dinner, we shared a vision to create this foundation. Now, in a couple moments, we're going to, as a procedure, represent the amount of money that's transferred from the foundation. And I'd like to include everybody in these thoughts. I've had the advantage of knowing every one of the stories on these endowments, dating back 20 years. It's not about me, but when you get an assignment from God, he provides. When you get an assignment from God, he provides. This isn't a Ross thing, this is a God thing. So here we are 20 years later. Today we've given out over 40 different endowed funds. How did those happen? Well, I'd say that in common, most of those donors knew that a Christian education was expensive. If it's going to be done well, it's going to have a price tag. And they knew that God had blessed them and they could give back. They could help support the next generation. They have done what Psalm 145:4 speaks to. They took action. Many of the people that endowed these scholarships and these programs are in heaven now. They gave it in faith that it would be invested well, which is the role of Columbia Trust and our board. They gave it with the mindset that it would benefit students for years to come. Fundraising for nonprofits, including Christian schools, can be in and out money. Money that goes into the budget gets spent during the course of that year, all good. Endowed money never gets spent. Endowed money all gets invested, and we only invest the distribution of the earnings. You follow me? So all of these people that have stepped up to give an endowment, their family name is attached to most of them because they, as a couple or as a widower or whatever the case might be, they funded the endowment. In doing so, they knew that when they aren't here anymore, they're going to continue. There's going to be some student impacted by it. Now, with that being the case, let me just explain so you have a better understanding, particularly students that received a scholarship. And by the way, if you didn't receive a scholarship, we had a record number of applicants this year. We had a record number of dollars to give out. So I'm glad that an increased number of students applied. But I'll flat guarantee you, if you didn't apply, you're not going to get one. It's just that simple. Some of you will go on to higher education, and if you apply for a scholarship, you've got a chance to get one. If you don't apply, you got no chance. And these people all believed in helping cover part of the cost of your education if you received a scholarship today. But we invest every dollar for 3 years. Our board oversees the investment. So, for example, Kelly and Cindy Geyer gave the Shepherd Scholarship 3 years ago. We don't distribute any of it for 3 years to build up the earnings in the endowment. Then we start to distribute because we want to protect the initial amount that they gave us. We never want that amount to go down. So a gift to endowment, should Jesus tarry, is a gift forever. That's the beauty of endowment. You also heard, if you paid close attention, a couple of these, and this is for everybody in this audience. Students, you go to a church-sponsored school. There are profound advantages to going to a church-sponsored school. And I want to share one with you. Many of the people that have endowed scholarships, this was their church home 20 years ago. This was their church home 15 years ago, 25 years ago, 40 years ago. They may have never had a student go here. But Pastor Buntain and Pastor Soley now, when they promote the value of having a school as a part of this ministry, people in these pews on Sunday listen. And these people in the pews on Sunday, some of them get the heart to invest in students in your school. So some of you have received an endowed scholarship today, and the people never had a connection to our school, except that Pastor Montaigne or Pastor Soley or somebody in between has promoted it from this platform. And if the pastor says it must be true, it must be true. True? So the point is, these funds come from a variety of sources. And some of the people leave a percentage of their estate to the foundation. So God has blessed them during their lifetime. And again, Psalm 145:4, they want to invest in the next generation. So they dedicate funds in their estate, their trust, their will, whatever they decide to put together. And that money gets transferred to our foundation when they pass away. Some of the largest endowed funds, we actually receive more from the planned gift than we got from their initial gift. So that's how all of this has come to be. It hasn't come to be because somebody said, let's get $5 million. No, one donor at a time, one story at a time, one life at a time. But the beauty of it is, kids, many students are impacted. One donor, many students get the benefit from it. So I just want to share those thoughts with you this morning before we just walk out of here. And, well, I wonder where the money came from. I have no idea. Part of my responsibility is to educate the next generation. Some of you may end up being in my role someday for a ministry. where your cause, your mission every day is to raise money. And again, it's not about me, it's about the call on your life from God. Understand? When God calls, you want to answer the phone. When God calls, you want to answer the phone. You never ignore a call from God. And you'll know when he calls. It becomes very clear. So, with all that background, last thing, students, you'll receive a communication the next 10 days about the amount that you're going to receive on next year's tuition. If you're a graduating senior and receive a scholarship, those funds will be sent to the university that you enroll at, but you need to communicate that university to Ms. Kennedy in our school business office. So, with that being the case, I'd like to invite to come forward now Doug Burton and the rest of our board members from the foundation. Everybody can come up, as long as Dr. Matt Johnson. I don't know how much money Dr. Matt Johnson got at his previous school, but I would say that this might be the largest amount that he's gotten. Maybe I'm wrong. This check of $210,670 represents the money that was distributed from 2024. So, Mr. Burton, would you please hand that check to Dr. Matt Johnson, because this all goes to the school. And as long as we're giving out checks, we may as well give out a big one, okay? So the next one we're going to give is the cumulative total of how much has been given to LCA. A little bit of the money has gone to the church as well for that Bennett Family Endowment, Deline Bennett Memorial. Almost $1.5 million has been distributed from the foundation to Dr. Johnson. Most recently, we have been focusing for the last 3 years on program endowments. Program endowments are things like the Don Gustafson Athletic Endowment, the Werner Family Performing Arts Endowment, the Shropshire STEM Program, the Saugan Success Center Facility Endowment. But one of the program endowments, and they're all listed at the bottom of your page 3 of your program with a QR code. Program endowments anyone can give to of any amount. 3 years ago, we announced a faculty salary endowment, and we did so with the goal to increase faculty salaries to attract and to retain quality teachers. The teacher is the key person in the classroom for students. So attracting the best and keeping them is so important. So I'm happy to say that for the first time, we are going to distribute money that becomes a part of the paycheck for faculty members, kindergarten through 12th grade, next year. The amount for this first time is $33,000. If you could flip it on the screens. You don't have that? Oh, well, it's $33,608. I'd like to have all of the faculty stand. All of the faculty that are here today, please stand. thank you for all you do. Thank you for the impact and influence you have on students. In this regard, next year the amount that will be distributed will be closer to $50,000. Why? Because the investment over the course of the 3 years includes a larger dollar amount. Currently, we have $1.14 million in that fund. We're believing God that we get it to $5 million. Now, with that being the case, here's how you could consider helping. That QR code will take you right to our foundation giving site. To get to $1.1 million, we had people that sent in $10. We had people that sent in $100,000. But collectively, it added up to $1.1 million. And we're believing to make significant impact that someday the faculty salary endowment will be at $5 million. When it is, every teacher would get $5,000 more each year. A $5,000 bump from this endowment is a difference maker. If a teacher stays 3 years, it's $15,000 extra money. If they stay 5 years, it's $25,000 extra money. So any and everybody can click on the QR code and give what it is you want, whether it's to athletics, STEM, performing arts, the faculty salary, whatever the case might be. So again, thanks for being an attentive audience. Students, you've been fabulous. Let's give our students a round of applause. Thank you. For those of you that responded to the invitation for our luncheon, the luncheon will begin at 11 o'clock after we've dismissed. With that being the case, Petra Schell, Student Leadership Institute student, will come forward and do the closing prayer. Josh Mitchell will come and give dismissal. One more person to thank. Aubriana Harps, stand please. Aubriana is my administrative assistant. There's lots of moving parts to this. And thank you for all of the work. Thank you significantly. Petra?
If you guys could bow your heads and close your eyes and join me in a word of prayer. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this space that we get to gather in today, Lord. Thank you for bringing us all together safely. We are so incredibly grateful to the donors who have made these scholarships possible. Their generosity is not only a gift to us, but a reminder of the power of believing in others and going to a Christian school. Please bless these donors in their kindness and guide us as we move forward. Help us to honor their faith in us by working hard, staying focused, and keeping the Lord as our center, and always giving our best. In your name we pray, amen. Thank you.
All right, as we look to go for our middle school and high school, first, thank you all to our wonderful communities that came out today. Students, you will be going to the last part of your third period, so you'll be making your way that way. So please head out now if you are a student currently. Unless you are taking a picture as a recipient of a scholarship, then you need to come up here. Cole Chapel, also please come up. Thank you all. Have a great day and go Eagles!